afternoon. I am live, I think. I am live. Good afternoon. Welcome to another Brew at 2. I have my brew. In fact, I'm running on caffeine today because I didn't sleep very well last night. I'm trying to write my talk for Be Inspired. It's funny how, you know the story of the cobbler and the cobbler's daughter's shoes or whatever? I don't know where I'm going with this. Danny Wallace, my speaker coach, tells us about not having shit shoes, a bit like the cobbler and the daughter's shoes. You know, where you're a cobbler, so you'd think your kids have the best shoes, or, you know, your husband, this is no dig, but your husband is in Wi-Fi and stuff, so you'd think the Wi-Fi in the house was brilliant. I am an overwhelmed mum coach, and at the moment, well, last night when I went to bed, my head was full of things. Hi, Facebook user. I don't know who you are. It doesn't tell me your name, so let me know your name. My head was full of things. I was so overwhelmed. So today I got up, took the little twins to their nursery. They've got their they've got like a party for the leavers party because they're going to big school. They're going to reception in September. So I got up and I created I did a brain dump, getting all those things out. A brain dump for me is a great tool to pull at the strings of overwhelm and get them out of your brain, and so they're not clogging up as much space. Actually, there's a whole concept of brain dumping and like that kind of tools in the Grind to Groove. It's Jessica. Hi, Jess. Nice to see you. The brain dump tool is something that is in the Grind to Groove program that I launched today. I launched it a couple of weeks ago within the Summer Groove event, but then I realised that some of the holidays is probably not the best time to start a live program. So I've postponed it to the start of September when the kids go back to school. Doors have opened today. This is not what I was talking about today. It fits nicely with the fact that I was doing a brain dump because I couldn't sleep in the night. I actually call it a saucer of thoughts because obviously, you know, I like my brew. So a saucer goes with it. So it's, instead of a brain dump, it's called a saucer of thoughts. And it sounds a little bit better than brain dump, I reckon. Anyway, it's just a ramble today. I've been on a live this morning on another group. I can't remember the name. Talking about my birth trauma and postnatal depression and how I got over it, and how, like, you don't have to be the victim of your trauma. You can push through it and create a better life for yourself. I'm now writing. It's helped me because I didn't think I'd get much done today, being tired and not having much sleep. So it's helped push me along and give me the motivation to start writing my Be Inspired talk for September, because I need to get rehearsing it and like streaming it down so that it fits nicely within my 20-minute talk. So that's what I've been doing today. As I said, I have had not a lot of sleep. I've not got a agenda for today's talk again. It's just me rambling on, drinking my brew. This is my cup for today. The struggle is real. It is really real. My big kids have actually been out with their granddad magnet fishing. Jake, my eldest twin boy, has been watching YouTube videos of people magnet fishing and them finding safes and bikes and an energy fizz stick. Do you know, Jessica, I used to back in the day when I didn't know what I was doing with my life, I used to sell something called, I can't remember. but they were like a fizz thing that you put in a water and it fizzed. But tell me more about those, because they were really good. Let me just show you what she's on. She's talking. An energy fizz stick. Naturally derived caffeine. Let me know more. Where was I? So yeah, he's been watching things like people finding bikes in canals and rivers and stuff like that. So Grandad, who bought himself a magnet fishing rod stick, magnet, a while back, has never been. So he's took Jake this morning and Melody magnet fishing. They've found a can, ladies and gentlemen. They haven't found a safe with lots of money in. They haven't found a push bike that they could sell on and have lots of money from it. I think this was Jake's idea this morning. He thought that he would go fishing and find treasure. Hi Alex, nice to see you on here. So yeah, that is where they've been this morning. And good old Grandad, just like in the days when I used to go out with him because my parents are divorced. So he used to pick me up on a Sunday morning and we'd go to McDonald's. I'd have a Happy Meal and we'd sit and eat the McDonald's, and he's took the kids today for their lunch as well. So they've had a treat today with their Grandad. So that's been good. What has everybody else been up to? What have you been doing today? How are you doing with... this is the end of week 1 for us of the summer holidays. I know for some of you it's week 2, and those in Scotland it's even like nearly to the end of the summer holidays, I believe, or halfway through. How have you been? What have you been up to? Have you done anything exciting? We went sunflower picking yesterday to say... So, as much as you plan, as much as, you simplify your summer holidays, emotions will still happen. Thunderstorms will happen, wind storms will happen, or gale force winds or whatever. It wasn't quite gale force yesterday, but I do believe that my children had somebody ringing me. I don't know who they are. I do believe my children yesterday had some form of Labrador-itis. Like a Labrador when they go outside in the wind and they go crazy. I believe my kids have had that for the past 2 days. A bit of thunder and a bit of wind, and their excitement levels are up here off the scale, and their, behaviours changed a little bit. Labrador-itis, exactly. You'll use that now, won't you? And a couple of other people have said it too. We have fish and chip Thursdays because the in-laws want fish and chips, and do you know what? It's just easier, isn't it? So we went to the chip shop yesterday, and I had to take one of the little twins with me, who had stripped off to his shorts, no top on, and he was being a little bit of a monkey in the shop, and she said, mine's just the same, and I think it's the weather. Jessica May, what are we talking about? We are talking about the energy boosting... Oh yeah, share a link. Please do share a link. They would be coming handy. Mindful minerals, that's what I used to have. Mindful minerals, and they were like little fizzy tablets that you just chucked in your water in the morning or at night or whatever. And they came in 3 different flavours, I think. But yes, leave a link. By all means, Jessica, I'd love to know more. And I'm sure other busy mums would too. So yeah, let me know what you've been up to. Let me know. Can you tell that I've been on the caffeine? I've not had my lunch yet either, but I did have a big breakfast. Is anybody talking? Look, Alex is Labrador-itis. I think that's what it's called from now on. Who is watching? Who is live? I can see 3 people. It says my connection is very unstable, so you might not even be able to see me properly. What is coming up in next week? Alex has been sorting through kids' clothes and organising bedrooms. That is a task and a half, I bet. My next decluttering phase is the toy purge. We do have far too many toys, and the little twins are going to be 4 at the end of August. So they're bound to get more presents. So it's time for a good old toy purge. What was I going to say then? I've forgotten. Completely gone. It's completely gone. That's what I was going to say. Next week, I've got the lovely, bear with me, Katie Louise coming on to chat to you about her anxiety, and trauma, and the light at the end of the tunnel. And she is just booked on. I've just been watching. I've lost where I am now. I'm here. I've just been watching a rerun or the tail end of Louisa's Ignite Your Business lives, Ignite Live at 11. And she was talking to Katie about her book launch and her trauma and abusive relationships and all of her stories. And she's going to come on to Mums in the Groove or Brew Two next week. She's just booked on and talk to this community. So I'll be announcing more about her obviously next week. But yes, that is for next week. That, I think, is all for today. Alex is going to take a holiday to get the house sorted. It probably will. I mean, I don't know your house, but if it's anything like mine was, well, still is now and again, it can take forever. It's an ongoing task, and decluttering it's so beneficial for your mental health. But if you're in that overwhelmed spot, it can be too overwhelming to even get started sometimes, which is why the Grind to Groove program, I don't really work on decluttering like some other, I follow Ali Kazaza, and she does the Unburdened, and she also does decluttering motherhood, and she focuses on the decluttering as a way of banishing the overwhelm. I couldn't even focus on the decluttering until I'd banished the overwhelm. So that is what my Grind to Groove program is all about. Alex, these are IKEA. I think they've still got them in. They come with or you have to buy them all separate, but these little shelves are also IKEA. And then there's these clips, and there's bungee cords and everything. They are really cool. But yeah, the Grind to Groove program takes you through the overwhelm before you get to the decluttering phase. Jessica has left her link for the fizzy sticks, strawberry flavour. Right, I'm getting waylaid. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a live sponsored by caffeine and lack of sleep. Definitely need help with overwhelm first. Well done, Alex. Good luck with the decluttering. Thank you, Jessica, for leaving your links. I'm sure it will be beneficial to some mums out there and maybe dads, and those that aren't parents as well. I'm going to leave it here for today before, I start talking about something else that's not really relevant. And don't forget, I've got the lovely Katie next week. I will leave her details at the beginning of the week, like I always do if I get a guest on the show. And I will also be promoting the Grind to Groove program. As you know, I've just opened the doors today. So join me next week. hopefully I'll have had some sleep. Hopefully I won't be like buzzing on caffeine, and my Be Inspired to Talk will all be done. I will remember when I will remind you when it is, Jessica. The links will be all over my community. But thanks for joining me today. It's been nice to have a little catch up. It's nice to check in through the summer holidays, I think. Check how everybody's doing. Make sure you're all okay. Make sure you don't need any boosting, or I can't come and look after your kids for me. Mine are far too many already. But it's nice to catch up. It's nice to know that you're not alone in the summer holiday struggle. If you need me, you know where I am. Other than that, I'll see you next week. Bye bye. Have a nice weekend.